Yes, Assalamu alaikum once again. We'll start now. Good afternoon. Simple past tense. We have completed with the present tense. Now we are going to start with the past tense. So, past tense is something which has already happened, right? So that is nothing but past tense. Actions which you have already done is nothing but past tense. Okay. See over here, what is simple past tense? Use the simple past tense to talk about things that happened in the past. The simple past tense is also used to talk about things that happened in stories. So here two things are mentioned, that the simple past tense is talks about what has happened in the past, and also when we are talking about stories, for that also simple past tense is used. Like see over here, this is the story, right? Snow White story, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. The wicked queen gave. Okay, so gave is simple past tense. Snow White a poisoned apple. So here gave is nothing but simple past tense. What can be the present tense then? Simple present tense? Give. Okay, when we compare simple past tense and simple present tense, what is in simple present tense? What will come? Give. And in past tense, gave. Okay, gave. The wicked queen gave Snow White a poisoned apple. Yes, are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Just now, what did I say? Past tense will be gave, and simple present tense will be give. 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 Yes. In the same way, Pinocchio's nose grew. Okay, grew longer every time he told a lie. So grew here is simple past tense. Then what can be the? Can you guess the simple present tense?
Grow.
Very good. Okay. Dinosaurs lived millions of years ago. So here lived is
Simple past.
Simple past tense.
what do you see over here? In some words, we don't have ed. Here in lived we have ed, right?
Past
And see
tense.
over here. Yes. See, I bought a new camera last week. So here bought. Okay. And what is the actual verb? Base form. Okay. Actual
Bring.
verb is known as base form. Okay. Yes. Bring. Bring. Sorry. Buy. Bought. Okay.
Why, sorry. Why?
Buy. Yes. Buy. The past tense, simple past tense is bought. Okay. So inshallah, we'll discuss that also. V1, V2, V3. Somebody asked the question in the group. What is V1, V2, V3? Inshallah, I'll show you that after explaining the concept. Next, see, Joe learned to play the guitar very quickly. So here learned is simple past tense. Actual verb is
Learn.
learn. Then yes, then ed is added to form the simple
Past tense. Simple past
past
tense.
tense. Yes. Yes, mute your mic. Some disturbance is coming. Yes, now we are going to see regular and irregular verbs. Just now what we saw with ed is nothing but regular verbs. When we don't add any ed, then they are known as irregular verbs. Let's have a look. Okay, what are irregular and regular? The simple past tense of most verbs end in ed. These verbs are called regular verbs. So when the verbs end with ed, they are known as regular verbs. Aim, aimed. Bake, baked. Open, opened. Happen, happened. Pull, pulled. Push, pushed. Scold, scolded. Shout, shouted. Visit, visited. Wait, waited. Walk, walked. Work, worked. Snowed, closed. Who closed all the windows? Here closed. Here we added yes, D, only D, right? Because see, this is the
He
rule.
is
When
already
it
there.
has already Yes, when E is already there, we didn't add an extra E. We just added E. It snowed last night. So snowed here is simple past tense. Now let's have a look at the rules, okay? What rules we are going to follow in simple past tense. The simple past tense is usually formed by adding ed to the verb. For example, jump plus ed, jumped. Okay, this is the regular form. Laugh plus ed, laughed. Lift plus ed, lifted. Lift plus ed, lifted. Look plus ed, looked. Okay, not looked, it's looked. If the verbs end with E, just add D. For example, agree. So here we didn't add one more E. We just added only D. Agree plus D, agreed. Die, again it is ending with E. So added one more D at the end, died. Hate, we added a D, hated. Live plus D, lived. Okay, so here we did not add any extra E because the words are already ending with an E. Okay, live, hate, agree, die. In the same way, close also, CLO, just now we saw, right? CLOSE, close is also ending with an E. So we added only a single D. Now see over here, remember the spelling rules. Here the same thing is followed. We have seen, right? Doubling of last letter. The same rule is over here. Let's see. Remember these spelling rules. You must double the last letter of some verbs before adding ed. For example, fan, ed, fanned. Okay, here double N. We are doubling the last letter N. Grab, we are doubling B. Okay, plus ed, grabbed. Nod plus ed, nodded. So see over here, what is the criteria for adding doubling the last letter? Is that it should end with a consonant. Okay, so the word should be one syllable. Fan. See over here, these are one syllable words. Fan, grab, nod, pat, rip, slam. These are nothing but one syllable words, and they are ending with what? Consonants. Okay, T, P, M, D, B. They are ending with consonants. And what do they have? They have a single vowel like A, here A, O, A, I, A. Okay, they are having vowel also. So when the words are having one syllable ending with a consonant and with a vowel, then in this case, we are going to double the last letter. Yes? Yes. So next, this is the rule. With verbs that end in Y, change the Y to I before adding ed. See over here, bury. B-U-R-Y, bury. So here we are changing the Y to I, then adding ed, buried. Okay? The same rule is followed for all the words that are ending with Y. See, fry plus ed, fried. Hurry plus ed, hurried. Try plus ed, tried. Cry plus ed, cried. Yes? Are you clear till here? Do you have any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So this is regular verbs, okay? Just now what we saw. Now let's come to the irregular verbs, okay? We are discussing right now. What are we discussing? Simple past tense only, okay? So see over here. The simple past tense of some verbs don't end in ed. Such verbs are called as irregular verbs, okay? So when the verbs don't end with ed, okay, so they are known as irregular verbs. The simple past tense of some irregular verbs doesn't change at all. See over here, the verbs which doesn't change. David hurt his foot when he jumped over the drain. So here hurt is the verb and it remains hurt only, okay, in the simple past tense also. It doesn't change. The worker cut down the tree this morning. So the simple past tense of cut is cut only, okay? It is not changing. But when we come to the continuous tense, what will happen? Cutting. Cutting is possible, but cutted is not possible, right? Ing is being added, but here in simple past tense, there is no ed such added, right? Am I right or wrong? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So see over here, beat. So the original is known as base form. Okay. The actual verb is known as base form kaha jata hai use. And simple past tense, all of you know, right? Beat, beat. It is not changing. Okay. Burst, burst. Cost, cost. Cut, cut. Hurt, hurt. Okay. Read, read. Split, sorry, read, read. Split, split. Shut, shut. Okay. So these are irregular verbs which are not changing. Now see over here. Here, these irregular verbs are changing, but most irregular verbs, however, take a different form in the simple past tense. Just now, what we saw is irregular verbs which don't change their form, like cut, cut, cost, cost. But here, irregular verbs are changing. Let's see what changes there. Bend is the verb. In simple past tense, it will become bent. Break, broke. Bring, brought. Buy, bought. Just give me a second. Yes, let's continue. Fall, fell. Fly, flew. Get, got. So these are irregular verbs that changes their form, okay? Like eat, ate, right? Eat will become ate. Inshallah, remind me, okay? I'll, after all the notes are completed, I'll give you, inshallah, I'll select some of the verbs and I'll give you all the three forms, okay? V1, V2 and V3 also, inshallah. Shoot, shot. Sell, sold. Sleep, slept. Now let's have a look at the examples. Tom shot and scored a goal. I lost my pen on the bus. We sold our car last week. The baby slept right thought the night. No, I think it's through the night. Peter got a watch for his birthday. I heard a noise in the night. He brought pet mouse to school. So here, these are irregular verbs. Okay, simple past tense irregular verbs which are changing their form. Yes, now before we move on, I want somebody to read from here, beginning. Yes, let's try and solve simple past tense. Exercise 1. Write the simple past tense of these verbs on the blanks. Let's try. Okay, first one. Take.
Take.
No, take
Took,
will
took,
become
took.
took. Okay.
Took.
Yes. Okay, because took is irregular verb. Okay. Yes. That's why we don't add ed over here. Next, see over here, walk.
Walk.
Walk. Okay. Now this is regular verb where we are adding ed. Now next one, rain.
Rain.
Rain. Okay. Again, this is a regular verb where we are adding ed. Shut.
Shut.
Shut only. Okay. Here we will not add ed. Okay. The irregular verb remains the same. Open.
Open.
Opened. Very good. This is a regular verb. Cry.
Cry.
Cry. The regular verb. What should I do with the y?
IED. Cry.
Yes. Change the y to I and add ed. Excellent. Mashallah. Tell.
Told.
Told. Okay. Yes. This is again irregular verb that changes form. This is irregular verb that doesn't change form. This is irregular verb that changes form. Next one, write.
Wrote.
Wrote. Okay. Clear O-E. Next, sit.
Sit.
Sat.
Sat.
Sat. Read.
Read.
Red.
Red. Okay,
red.
spelling remains the same. Pronunciation differs. Red. Close.
Close.
Close. Should I add an extra e or
No.
just
Only D. D.
only? Okay, no adding extra e. Next, cook.
Cooked.
Cooked.
C-O-K-E-D. Cooked.
Cooked. Yes. Yes. Somebody read all these words, please.
Take, took, walk, walked, rain, rained, shut, shut, open, opened, cry, cried, tell, told, write, wrote, sit, sat, read, read, close, closed, cook, cooked.
Okay. Jazakallah khair. Yes. Let's move on to exercise 2 now. See, I have already showed you the table, right? Inshallah, I'll give you that table also, where you have all the forms, okay, of simple past tense, present tense, and future tense. We have, yes, simple past tense, simple and continuous, and we have what? Perfect tense, and then we have perfect continuous tense. So I'll give all that forms to you, inshallah, that table. And in the end, you have to write that table, okay? The whole thing is not mentioned in your syllabus, okay? So we'll follow the syllabus only, but you have to write that table, okay? So that you have an idea what is what are all the tenses. Yes, inshallah, we have to finish our syllabus. Then one thing we have to do, inshallah, I have to ask what we have to do after finishing our syllabus. Yes, first let's finish this. Then we will see. Yes. Okay. Exercise 2. Fill in the blanks with the correct simple past tense of the verbs in the parentheses. Parenthesis is nothing but brackets. Okay. So in English, you can call parentheses also or brackets also. So parenthesis, you can say it is an advanced word. Okay. So normally you are expert in English, they may use instead of brackets, they may use parenthesis. So you can also use parenthesis. She dash home alone. Go. What is the simple past? Go will become went.
Went.
Yes. Okay. We are talking about simple
Simple
past
past
tense. We are not talking about past continuous tense. When we talk about past continuous tense or past progressive tense are one and the same. Okay. Past progressive tense or past continuous tense. In that we will add ing. Okay. Yes. But this is simple past tense. The wind dashed through the night. Blow.
Blown.
Blew.
Blown.
Blew.
Blew. Okay. Blown is the third form. Okay. Blow, blew,
Blew.
blown.
Blow.
Blown. Yes. Blown is the V3. Okay. V3. Verb 3. Okay. Base form is blow. Simple past tense form is blew. And the third form, V3, is blown. Yes. So when we are using like had been, had blown, then we can use, okay, in the perfect tense, you use that. An apple dash on his head, dropped,
Drop.
Dropped.
dropped. Okay, here, what are we going to do with the P? Last letter?
Double the P.
Last letter, dropped. Okay, one more P. The princess ball dash
Rolled.
Into the well.
roll.
Rolled.
Okay, yes. ROLLED, regular verb, rolled. Next one. A frog dashed into the well and dashed
Jumped.
back to her. Jump and bring.
Brown.
Jumped. Okay. Yes, the frog jumped, regular
Into
verb.
the well and
Bring
brought
will
it
become
back to her.
brought.
Brought.
Okay. Yes. Bring will become brought. Buy will become bought. Okay. Be careful. Yes. In buy, there is no R, right? Buy will become bought without R. Bring has an R, right? So, yes, bring, brought, buy, bought. Yes. So we often get confused. That's why I'm telling you more detail, in more detail. Okay. Yes, Sister Nurjaha, read the sentences, all these.
Okay, ma'am.
She went home alone. The wind blew throughout the night. An apple dropped on his head. The princess's ball rolled into the well. The
Rolled.
frog jumped
You're
into
not
the well.
going to stress on the last, okay? Last part. Rolled. You're not going to say rolled, okay? Yes. A frog. Yes, continue, please.
Into the well and brought it back to her.
Okay, Jazakallah. Okay, some more sentences are there. Let's complete that. Yes, Jack dashed the highest grade in his English class. Get. What will become? Get will become in the simple
Got.
past tense. Got. Yes, very good. Jack got. The party dash at
Began.
8 p.m. Begin.
Began.
Began. The party began. Okay. Yes. Be careful. We often get confused. V1. Okay. The base form is begin. The
Began.
V2 form is
Began.
and the third
V3
form,
begun.
form is begun.
Begun.
With a U. Okay. Yes. In the second form, we have a began, and in the third form, we have begun.
You.
Yes.
You.
Yes, remind me, inshallah. Okay, I'll send you the all the I'll select some of the verbs and I'll send you all the three forms V1, V2, and V3, inshallah. He dashed his old
He
car.
sold.
He
Sorry.
Sold his old car and bought a new one.
Yes. He sold his old car and bought 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 a new one. Jack dashed up the ladder carefully.
Climb.
Climbed. Yes. Jack climbed up the ladder carefully. Who dashed
Shut all the windows.
Shut. Same.
Who shut all the windows? Okay, sorry, it will not change. It will remain the same. Okay, UT, shut. Mr. Shamim, can you read the sentences, please? Read the sentences.
Sixth से मैम.
Yes, from the sixth one.
Jack got the highest grade in his English class. The party began at 8 p.m. He sold his old car and bought a new one. Jack climbed up the ladder carefully.
Climbed.
Jack climbed up the ladder carefully. Who shut all the windows?
Okay. Jazakallah khair. Yes. Now next, was and where. Okay, so we have completed with the simple past tense. Now let's see what are was and where. Okay, we'll end in a few minutes, inshallah, because I think there is another class also at 3 p.m. Now see over here, was and where. Okay, so in past tense we will use these two helping verbs. Okay, the verbs was and where are also forms of the verb be. Was is the simple past tense of am and is. Use was with the pronouns I, he, she, and it, and with singular nouns. So here, what is mentioned over here? That when we in the present tense, what helping verbs we used?
Is,
Am,
am,
is, are. Yes. Whereas in the past tense, we will use helping verbs was and were.
were.
Where? Yes. Was and were. So see over here, what it is saying that was is the simple past tense of am and is. Okay, the same thing. Okay, it's mentioned, and it is saying that I was. Okay, with these pronouns we use was helping verb. I was, he was, she was, it was. Yes, and was is used with what? Singular pronouns. जब आप एक चीज की बात कर रहे हैं, when you're talking about one person, one place, one animal, or one thing, then you use was. Okay, with singular nouns. Yes. Now see over here. Yes. Oh, Beethoven was a German composer. Okay, so helping verb is here is was. Theo was at the library this morning. Again, was. It was very wet on Monday. Okay. Samantha was second in the race. Wasn't she? Yeah. Wasn't she? Now see over here, where. Where is the simple past tense of are. Okay. So there we use are in the present tense. Here we use were. Okay. This is for plural nouns. Okay. Use were with the pronouns you, we, and they. And with plural nouns. You were. We were. They were. So see over here. These were my best jeans. Okay. The Romans were brave soldiers. So here, how did we found out?
Plurals.
Plurals. Yes,
Where there are
Romans.
plurals, there we will use were.
Were.
Yes. Those were my best jeans. Okay. So these are helping verbs was and were. Now let's see over here. Here is the table. Same thing is mentioned over here in the table form. First person singular and plural. I was. We were. Second person, you were. Plural will be you were. Third person, he was. Plural will be they were. Okay. She was, they were. They were. It was, they were. Okay. How is this and this pronounced? This is pronounced as were, and this is pronounced as were.
Were.
Yes. And this W, how do we pronounce W? W should be pronounced with your lips. Okay. Were. Okay. Were. Okay. When you are pronouncing, there is a difference. Okay. I was taught the difference between V and W. So I'm telling you that tip. Okay. So how do you pronounce were with your lips? Okay. Were. Okay. Water. Yes. Were. Yes. जैसे आप वाउ पढ़ते right होठों को गोल करके right in the same way. And we, how do you pronounce we? जैसे आप फा पढ़ते right फा कैसे पढ़ते? दांत नीचे के होठ को लगता right. So in the same way you have to pronounce yes. In the same way you have to pronounce we. Okay. दांत लगना चाहिए. Yes. Teeth should touch the down lips. Okay. Yes. Van. We van. Okay. Van. Like that. Okay. Were. Okay. Yes. Where, were. Okay. Now see over here. Here the difference is mentioned between simple present and simple past. Here's a table to show you the different forms of the verb be. Simple present and simple past. Comparison is mentioned over here. Together it is mentioned. First person singular, am. Okay. And in the past tense, was. Second person singular, are. And plural will, in past tense, it will be were. Third person singular, is. In past tense, it will be was. First person plural, are. In the past tense, it will be were. Second person plural, are. Once again. And past tense, it will be, simple past will be were. Third person plural, in the present, simple present, it will be are. And in the simple past tense, it will be were. Okay, now here contractions are mentioned. Okay, what are contractions? Contractions are short forms. Okay, yes, short forms ko contractions kaha jata hai. The native speakers usually use contractions. Okay, when you are not only native speakers, whenever you are having a conversation or whenever somebody is telling something, so we use contractions. Okay, so that the message can be conveyed within a few words. Like see over here, was not will become wasn't. Was an apostrophe T. Were not will become weren't. Yes, were sorry, weren't, no, weren't. Were an apostrophe T. And when do we add this? All of you may be aware, right? Not is something we'll add when you're not agreeing. Yes, negative. Yes. Positive
Question X.
was. Yes. We have seen in that also, right? Are not, is not, sorry,
Are.
aren't. Yes. That
Isn't.
contraction also we have seen. Now,
Hasn't.
yes. Now just let's have a look at the. Shall we start in the next class, or
Yes,
you
ma'am.
want? Okay.
Next
No.
class.
Next class will start. I'll just give you the brief. Okay. Here ing is added. Okay. Was plus ing. Here helping verb is used. In simple past tense, did we use any helping verb?
Was and were.
No, no, no. Yes, that's what I was asking. Did we use any helping verb in the simple past tense?
No.
No, right? Did we use was over there? No. But
No.
in the past progressive tense or past continuous tense, here we will use helping verbs. Okay. Yes, that's it for today. Let's stop